Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a truly fascinating corner of Europe. It's often called Europe's hidden gem, and the material you've shared really brings out its surprising contrast. We're talking about Luxembourg, a place that kind of flies under the radar,
Hmm.
tucked away between Belgium, France, and Germany, but wow, it is absolutely full of surprises.
Really is, and that's our mission today, basically. To cut through all the information you've gathered and pull out the most important bits, the nuggets of knowledge. We want to help you, the listener, really get the feel of Luxembourg, beyond just the headlines. So the goal is to dive into its history, the landscapes, the culture, practical stuff too, and really immerse you in it through all five senses, if we can.
Okay, let's unpack this then. When we talk about Luxembourg, what's the absolute first thing, the core thing that truly sets it apart, especially from its, bigger neighbors?
Well, I think a key takeaway right off the bat is its unique political status. For starters, it's one of the world's few remaining Grand Duchies.
A Grand Duchy, right. Headed by a Grand Duke or Duchess.
Exactly, which is pretty unique in modern Europe. It's tiny, like really small, only about 1,000 square miles.
Yeah.
And this size, this status, it kind of fosters this unique national pride and an almost meticulous way they preserve their heritage. You feel it in the castles, the streets, everything's so well kept. It's like this perfectly curated living museum, but funded by its modern success.
That's a fascinating way to put it. And speaking of that modern success, I know Luxembourg plays a pretty big role internationally. How does that influence, the experience for someone visiting?
Precisely. It's a huge financial hub, for
Yeah.
one, and a founding member of the European Union. And the key insight there, I think, is how that financial power translates directly into the visitor experience. It means you get world-class infrastructure, stunningly preserved historical sites, and maybe the most amazing part, completely free public transport.
Wow, completely free.
Yeah, the benefit few other places can offer everyone, visitors included.
That's incredible. Okay, and the capital, Luxembourg City, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Paint a picture for us. What makes it so special visually?
Oh, absolutely. Imagine this. Luxembourg City is built on this dramatic cliff top. The historic Old Town is perched way up high above these deep river valleys, the Alzette and the Petrus. It creates this really stunning, almost fairy tale setting, especially when you see the old medieval fortifications right next to, modern buildings. It's quite the contrast.
And I've heard it's incredibly multicultural, too. What's the vibe like, population-wise?
Yeah, that's another key point. It's one of Europe's most multicultural spots. Nearly half the population are foreign residents.
Nearly half, really.
Which means you get this vibrant mix of languages.
Huh.
Officially, it's Luxembourgish, French, and German. But English is very widely spoken. Plus, all the different cuisines and cultures that come with that mix. It's a true melting pot, adds to that blend of old heritage and modern life.
The capital sounds amazing. But if you want to venture out, what else does the country offer? Are there places outside the city that are absolute must-sees?
Oh, definitely. The country is just dotted with these enchanting castles. Beyond the capital, I mean. You've got imposing ruins like Boschide. Then there's the perfectly restored Vianden Castle, which is stunning. And there's even an area called the Valley of the Seven Castles. So, yeah, it's a pretty captivating trip through history, just exploring those.
And what about nature? Is there a side to Luxembourg that nature lovers should know about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't let the size fool you. There's the Müllerthal region. People often call it Little Switzerland. It's got these rolling hills, really unique rock formations. It's basically a paradise for hikers. A really beautiful, serene contrast to the city bustle. Surprising natural gem.
It sounds it. Now, back to Luxembourg City for a moment. It feels quite vibrant, expansive even, for just over 100,000 people. What gives it that larger feel?
Well, what's really intriguing is how the city center is split. It's basically two parts. You have the upper town, the Ville Haute, which is on this plateau, and then the lower town, the Grand, which is nestled way down in this mossy, boulder-filled valley. The Alzette River runs through it.
Yeah.
And the Grand itself is this maze of winding, cobbled streets, arched stone bridges, huge stone viaducts towering overhead. Plus, you see old fortress ruins just carved into the cliffsides above. That multi-layered thing definitely gives it a sense of depth and scale.
Right. And talking about those views, there's the Chemin de la Corniche. They call it Europe's most beautiful balcony. Is that just hype?
No, honestly, it absolutely lives up to it.
Yeah.
It's this promenade, and the views are just breathtaking. Sweeping vistas of the lower city, the Grand, the whole Alzette Valley. It really does feel like stepping into an old medieval postcard. You
Hmm.
see the mossy stone hillsides, Romanesque towers like Newminster Abbey down below.
Wow. And what about the other senses there? What does it feel like?
Ah, good question. Well, down in the Grun, you might catch these smoky smells from restaurants.
Mhm.
But also the earthy smell of moss and damp stone, and the freshness of the river water. The air feels cool, often breezy,
Mm.
and sound-wise, you hear the river, maybe some cascading water, tires on the cobblestones, the wind.
Mm.
And then, as you actually go down into the valley, maybe on one of the paths, the smell changes.
Mm.
More like fresh-cut grass, damp greenery. Visually, it's like this big rain garden. Bright green moss everywhere, ivy, vines, willow trees. It can feel a bit chilly and damp at first, but it warms up if the sun's out. And if
Yeah.
you're there in, say, late September, the leaves start getting this beautiful golden tint.
Lovely.
And then at night, oh, the whole city just transforms. It gets this romantic amber glow, golden light hitting the rocky cliffs and the church spires. The cobbled streets feel really calm, elegant. It's quite magical.
Sounds incredible. Now, the casemates do Bock these ancient tunnels. What's it actually like inside?
Right, the Casemates. They're basically the original site of Luxembourg's castle, built way back in 963 AD. And hidden in those cliffsides is this labyrinth of underground stone passageways. They feel almost like deep caves. They weren't just for defense either. They're actually home to the Counts of Luxembourg, like back in the 11th century.
Yeah.
And you can still walk through these chilly, large spaces that were apparently bedchambers. It's quite something.
Wow. And the atmosphere inside? The sounds, smells.
Inside, yeah, it's very atmospheric. Voices and footsteps echo like crazy off the stone. You might faintly hear sounds from outside, maybe stonemasons working below the rock, or the river rushing past. Smell-wise, maybe pine needles carried in, definitely river water, and that sort of dusty old stone smell.
Okay.
Oh, and be prepared to feel perpetually out of breath. The spiral staircases connecting the levels are extremely narrow and steep. Seriously, no joke.
Good warning. And isn't there a legend tied to the casemates, something about a mermaid?
Yes, exactly. That's where the old Luxembourgish legend of Melusina really comes alive. She was supposedly this beautiful mermaid who fell for the Count of Luxembourg, but he broke his promise not to watch her bathe,
Oh, dear.
and she transformed, fell into an abyss, gone forever. The legends say she reappears in the Alzette streams near the Bock cliffs every 7 years, waiting for someone to free her.
Spooky. Okay, so beyond the casemates and that amazing balcony view, what else should visitors check out to really get the city's feel?
Oh, there's lots more in the city itself. You can see the Grand Ducal Palace, the Duke's official residence. You can even visit inside during the summer. Down in the Green again, there's Nyminster Abbey. It's a cultural center now. They even have things like swing dance classes in this amazing hammer beam attic.
Cool.
Then you've got Place d'Armes, a big central square, lots of shops, restaurants, very lively. Nearby is Place Guillaume II, even bigger, with fountains. And on Saturday mornings, that's where the local farmers market sets up. You get wonderful smells, fresh produce, flowers, baked goods.
Sounds great.
And of course, Notre Dame Cathedral, maybe not as famous as the one in Paris, but the inside is really beautiful. And it has that classic musty old church smell, you know.
I do. Are there green spaces within the city, too? It sounds very stone-heavy otherwise.
Oh, yes, absolutely. The city has lovely parks, like the Parcs de Petrus down in that valley. It honestly feels like a quaint little forest, but you're right in the heart of the city. And the sounds of the upper town are different from the Grand. More like fountains splashing, quiet pedestrians, maybe some street musicians, occasional cars, crows cawing sometimes, and the very distinctive ding-ding of the tram bells. Oh, and one sound you'll probably notice almost everywhere, air traffic. The airport isn't far, so you do hear planes pretty regularly, in the city and even outside it.
Good to know. So for people venturing out, where should we head next for more of that Luxembourg charm?
Right, outside the city. Well, one place you absolutely must visit is Vianden. It's about an hour north of the capital. Tiny town, maybe 2,000 people, set in a steep ravine along the Our River. And its centerpiece is this magnificent Romanesque chateau, built mostly between the 1100s and 1400s, but on even older Roman foundations. It really feels like a fairy tale kingdom. Damp stone, elegant old chambers, musty chapels, terraces with amazing views. It's just incredible.
And the town itself. Does Vianden town match the castle's vibe?
It really does. The town's just as picturesque, just as charming. Think hedge-lined gardens, colorful houses climbing the hillside, winding cobbled streets, little riverside promenades, and always with stunning views of the chateau looming above.
Sounds lovely. What's the sensory experience like there?
In Vianden town, well, you hear the breeze, maybe cars rumbling slowly over the cobblestones, people chatting in cafes, the sort of light cascade sound from the River Weir. The air feels brisk, fresh, smells of, well, clean air, water, greenery. It's utterly delightful, really peaceful.
Okay, sold on Vianden. Now, for the nature lovers again, what's the absolute must-do hike or region?
That would definitely be the Müllerthal region again, Little Switzerland. It's a true highlight if you love the outdoors. It's known for those unique sandstone rock formations, dense forests, lovely little valleys, and it's perfect for hiking. The Müllerthal Trail is famous, really well-marked paths for different abilities. You could spend days exploring there.
Sounds right. Any other towns worth a quick mention, or maybe something different, like for wine lovers?
Sure. You could also check out Echternach, that's actually Luxembourg's oldest town, or Clairvaux, which also has a historic castle. And yes, for something different, definitely head to the Moselle Valley. It borders Germany. It's beautiful wine country.
Yeah.
Known for its vineyards producing crisp white wines. Think Riesling, Pinot Gris, Auxerrois, and also their Cremants. Those are their delicious sparkling wines, often a bit drier than champagne. Really nice. Wine tasting there is a great experience.
Okay, you mentioned food earlier. Let's circle back. Let's talk food.
Right.
What's the essence of Luxembourgish cuisine? What should we expect?
Right, the food. It's generally very hearty, very comforting. It's kind of a delicious blend of influences from its neighbors, so French, German, and Belgian touches. It's definitely food designed to stick to your ribs, as they say.
Okay. And the national dish. What's the one thing everyone has to try?
Oh, you absolutely have to try Judd met Gaardebounen. That's the national dish. It's basically smoked collar of pork served with broad beans and usually comes with boiled potatoes. It's incredibly comforting, really savory, quite heavy actually. It almost gives you that kind of American Thanksgiving Day feeling, you know, that warm, satisfied feeling after a big meal.
I know exactly what you mean. Okay,
Yeah.
besides the Judd, what other essential savory dishes should be on our list?
Oh, there's so many good ones. Let's see. Grumbarikkelcher. Those are crispy potato fritters, like little pancakes.
Yeah.
Great snack. Baunschlup, that's a hearty green bean soup. Very traditional, very comforting. Pashtite is like a puff pastry case of vol au vent, usually filled with chicken and mushrooms and a creamy sauce. Really satisfying. If you're near the Moselle River, you might find Futur de la Moselle, small fried river fish. Popular snack there. For the more adventurous palate, maybe Trapen. It's a type of Luxembourgish black pudding, but two personal standouts I'd recommend. Boucher à la reine, it's another rich pastry dish. Chicken, mushrooms, creamy sauce, often served with fries. It's thick, warm, wonderfully hearty. And Niddle and Mat Speck. Those are flour dumplings, served with cream, parsley, and bacon. The cream sauce is super thick, almost cheesy, and the bacon is usually wonderfully crisp. So good.
Oh, wow, those sound incredible. What about sweets or local drinks besides the wine?
For sweet treats, definitely look for Ketch and Tart. It's a plum tart, usually made with damson plums. It's surprisingly light, fresh, often served cold. Really lovely. In drinks. Well, besides the Moselle wines and Cremants we mentioned, they do have good local craft beers. I remember having a quite tart, slightly bitter amber lager from a brewery called Dykers, for example, worth trying the local brews.
It all sounds amazing, but I have heard Luxembourg can be pricey. How does that affect dining out? And maybe, what's the best value meal someone could find?
That's true. Prices can be on the higher side. It reflects the country's economy, the high standard of living, high GDP per capita, all that. But the quality is generally really excellent, so you often feel you're getting what you pay for. For the best value, though, my tip would be to look for the plat du jour, the dish of the day, especially at local brasseries during lunchtime. These are often really good, hearty, traditional Luxembourgish meals, but at a much more accessible price than you might pay for dinner. It's a fantastic way to try the local food without, breaking the bank.
That's a great tip. Okay, let's switch gears to practicalities. Getting around. You mentioned something incredible about the public transport.
Yes, this is honestly one of those amazing aspects of visiting Luxembourg. All public transport within the entire country is completely free.
The entire country. Free trains, buses, everything.
The whole lot. Trains, trams, buses. Completely free for everyone, residents and tourists alike. It makes exploring just an absolute breeze, and it's super efficient, modern, clean. Within Luxembourg City itself, you've got the tram line, an extensive bus network, and even these cool funiculars and elevators that connect the upper city with the lower Grand Valley, also free.
Wow. So exploring the city is easy, and day trips to other towns are basically free too, travel-wise.
Exactly. Taking a day trip to somewhere like Vianden or Echternach or the Moselle Valley, the train or bus ride costs you absolutely nothing beyond your time. It's fantastic. Now, within Luxembourg City's Old Town, walkie is definitely the best way to see things up close. But just be prepared. Lots of hills, lots of cobblestones. Wear comfy shoes.
Good advice. What about renting a car then? Is it ever really need?
For most tourists, I'd say no, it's not essential. That free public transport network is just so good. It covers most places you'd want to go. A rental car could offer more flexibility if you wanted to explore really remote villages, maybe, or access very specific hiking trailheads in Müllerthal, perhaps. But honestly, parking in Luxembourg City can be really difficult and expensive. So for general sightseeing, a car often adds more hassle than it's worth.
Okay, makes sense. Now, the big question, money. What does a trip to Luxembourg really cost? Can you give us a rough idea of daily expenses, excluding the flights, obviously?
Right, the cost.
Yeah.
It's generally seen as an extensive country, and yeah, that aligns with the high standard of living, strong economy. Things do cost more than in some neighboring countries, but remember that huge saving on transport. Okay, so rough daily estimates. If you're a budget traveler, maybe staying in hostels, basic guest houses, cooking some meals, really using that free transport you might manage on, say, 80 to 150 US dollars per day. For a mid-range traveler, maybe a comfortable hotel, mixing eating out with some cheaper meals, maybe paying for a few museum entries, you're probably looking at 180 to 350 USD daily,
Right.
somewhere in that range.
Right.
And for luxury travel, high-end hotels, fine dining every night, maybe private tours, shopping your daily costs could easily go over $400, maybe even $800 USD or more.
Wow, that can definitely add up. So what are your top tips for managing the budget? How can someone experience Luxembourg without spending a fortune?
Okay, so the biggest hits to the wallet are usually accommodation, eating out all the time, and alcohol, which can be pricey in bars and restaurants.
Yeah.
But essential money-saving tips. Number one, use that free public transport for absolutely everything. It's amazing. Number two, consider cooking some of your own meals. Supermarkets are well-stocked, prices are reasonable there, and it can massively cut down your food bill.
Good idea.
Third, look for those plat du jour lunch specials we talked about.
Yeah.
Cheaper, delicious local food. Fourth, maybe limit how much alcohol you drink, especially in restaurants where markups are high. Fifth, focus on all the amazing free activities, admiring the architecture, exploring the parks and the Grund, hiking those incredible trails in Müllerthal, loads to do for free.
Makes sense.
Also, maybe look at accommodations slightly outside the absolute city center. Sometimes you find better value just a short free bus or tram right away. And a simple one, always bring your reusable water bottle. The tap water is perfectly safe and delicious everywhere, so no need to buy bottled water.
Great tips. Okay, shifting to planning the visit itself. When's the best time to go? What are the seasons like?
Good question. Luxembourg has distinct seasons, so the best time depends a bit on what you want to do. Spring, say, April to May is generally excellent. Mild temperatures, maybe 10 to 18 Celsius. Flowers are blooming. It's comfortable for walking around. Crowds are usually moderate.
Yep.
Really nice for hiking in Müllerthal, too. Summer, June through August, is warm and pleasant, maybe 18 to 25 Celsius. You get long daylight hours, a lively atmosphere. But it is peak tourist season, so expect more crowds and potentially higher prices for accommodation.
Right, peak season.
Autumn, September, and October is another fantastic time, maybe my favorite. Temperatures cool down a bit, similar to spring, 10 to 18 C perhaps. The fall foliage, especially in the forests, is beautiful. Crowds start thinning out, perfect for visiting castles and, again, hiking. Plus, it's usually when the Moselle wine harvest happens.
Ooh, wine harvest sounds nice.
Then there's winter, November to March. It gets cold, often hovering around freezing 0 to 5 Celsius. Daylight hours are much shorter. You might get some snow, which can be pretty. The big draw in early winter, late November through December, is the charming Christmas markets in Luxembourg City. Really magical atmosphere. Outside that festive period, prices might be lower and crowds are minimal.
So, quick summary.
Yeah, I'd say for the best weather and lots of outdoor activities, aim for spring or early autumn. For that festive, cozy charm, visit in early winter for the markets.
Got it. Beyond the weather, what about the culture? What should visitors know about the people, the way of life?
Well, as we said, it's a real multilingual melting pot. You'll hear languages switching constantly, Luxembourgers themselves. They can sometimes seem a bit reserved at first glance, maybe. But generally, they're very polite, welcoming, and friendly once you engage them in conversation. They definitely value efficiency, order, punctuality. You see that reflected in how well everything runs, the transport, the services.
Right, the German influence, perhaps?
Possibly, yeah. And there's a very high standard of living generally. And despite being a small country known for finance, there's a real appreciation for the outdoors hiking. cycling are very popular.
Yeah.
And even with its modern feel, traditional events are still important, like the Echternach dancing procession, which is this unique UNESCO-recognized pilgrimage. So you get glimpses of deep heritage, too.
Interesting. And finally, the practical concern of safety. What's the situation like for travelers in Luxembourg?
Okay, this is an easy one. To put your mind completely at ease, Luxembourg is consistently ranked as one of the safest countries in the world.
That's reassuring.
Yeah, violent crime is extremely rare. You can generally feel very safe walking around, even in cities at night. Standard precautions apply, of course. Petty crime, like pickpocketing, could theoretically happen in very crowded tourist spots, like maybe near the train station or a busy market, but it's not common. Just be normally aware of your belongings.
Okay.
Public transport, as we've said, is exceptionally safe and reliable. No worries there. If you go hiking, especially more remote areas like Müllerthal, just use common sense. Stick to the marked trails, wear proper footwear, carry water, maybe let someone know your route if you're doing a long one. And just so you know, the standard European emergency number is 112. That connects you to police, ambulance, or fire services if needed.
Perfect. Well, there you have it, Luxembourg. It really does sound like a place that beautifully blends its ancient castle past with modern financial clout, offering stunning nature, this rich, multicultural feel, and a surprisingly charming atmosphere overall. It seems like, while maybe it's seen as just a small stopover sometimes, with some smart planning, using all these great insights from our deep dive, you can absolutely conquer it, and really appreciate why its unique mix of history, efficiency, and these hidden gems makes it such an utterly captivating and rewarding European destination, a journey into Europe's secret heart, perhaps.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to ponder. Given this unique blend in Luxembourg, the historical depth, the modern efficiency, these really immersive sensory experiences we talked about, how might experiencing a country through all five senses, really focusing on that, change your whole approach to travel?
And maybe. What other hidden gems out there are just waiting to be truly discovered in that richer, more sensory way?